Many animals live on or near floating docks. We found a school of delta smelt. They're about 5 to 15 centimeters long and are unique to the San Francisco Bay estuary. Most barnacle shells you see only contain dead animals, but underwater, this live one uses his hairy legs to trap food. We are only half a meter underwater at a gap between the dock floats. Then we fly over the surface of a float and end with a close-up view of cilia tunicates. The purple bush is actually a colony of bryozoan polyps. The swaying animals on it are Caprilla skeletal shrimp. The large white objects are cilia tunicates. High magnification of the tip of a bryozoan colony. The polyps often hide in their chamber for protection, but left undisturbed come out to feed. A row of cilia along the inside of the arms sweeps food down into its stomach. Caprilla, a skeleton shrimp, is a marine arthropod, just as insects are terrestrial arthropods. It has a hard outer shell and so has to molt as it grows in size. It grabs bits of food as they drift by and stuffs them into its mouth with its many arms. A close-up view of Caprilla. Although it looks ferocious, it infrequently attacks live prey, but eats fragments of dead animals and algae. Fertilized eggs are kept in a brood pouch until they hatch and are able to fend for themselves. Fertilized eggs develop into tadpoles in about 36 hours. In another 36 hours, they will attach to the dock, but in that time they can drift several kilometers. In about 14 days, the tadpole will become a very different animal, with a heart, stomach, and many brachial openings lined with cilia that pump water through its feeding net. The sheet of tissue that makes the brachial basket is transparent in this image. Openings in this sheet are lined with beating cilia that pump water through the net. You can see an occasional blood cell flowing in vessels. Now we look at Petriliotes, a tunicate that forms colonies up to 20 centimeters in diameter. Each small black dot in this colony is one individual. These tadpoles have been nursed for several days in the colony before being released into the water, and thus they are larger and even have a beating heart. In 4 days, the tadpoles have metamorphosed into the adult form and are pumping water through a feeding net. New individuals can already be seen as buds on the sides of the body. The body of this tube worm is hidden and protected in its tube, but the two feeding arms sweep around, searching for food. Particles stuck to the arms are swept down into the stomach by a row of cilia. This worm is hiding in its tube, but will ever so slowly emerge, exposing its beautiful red gills, and will also search for food. These small copepods are a millimeter or less in length. Though each one is small, the total number in the ocean is so immense that they are the major food for small fish. They belong to the plankton or drifters and were caught with a fine net. Copepods have one eye and they swim with characteristic jerks.